What is up, guys? My name is Andrew and welcome to episode 2 of season 2 of Space Engineers Let's Play. We're still on the moon here and we've just got our base started last episode. This episode I want to get it continued. Let's put it that way. I want to continue our base, and I also want to build a couple of ships. Actually, that's our main goal, is to get some ships ready here, because we've already got our refinery set up and it's also got the modules on it. We've also got our assembler set up with modules as well. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to get some sort of ship to start harvesting the iron that's over there. Because there's quite a bit of it, and if we want to be able to actually build everything here, as well as get the nanite factory set up, as well as get everything set up, we need to actually start getting some stuff. So, like I said before, we couldn't have brought any of our ships, unfortunately, because they're all Earth ships, and we're on the moon, so we can't use atmospheric thrusters, which means we're going to have to completely remake pretty much the ships that we had. So the two ships that I want to make today are going to be a welder ship, and also a, what's it called? Not a... Oh, a miner ship, rather. Yeah. So I think actually we're going to make it in here. I was thinking we were going to make it over there, but all of our materials are over here. So I think that might not be a bad idea. It's just making it right here. Let's start with... we're going to make the welder ship first, just as a proof of concept, kind of. And it'll also help us out when we're trying to weld. But the main goal here is to build that miner ship, of course, because we really need it. And what I'm looking for here, I don't seem to find, is a landing gear. I guess, do we not have a landing gear in any of our spots? I guess not. Let's press G. We'll go to landing gear. And because that's what I use to start every ship. We're going to stick it right there in place of that button panel. Press number 9 again, and there we go. So that's going to be our landing gear. We're going to put some blocks on top of that, just as kind of like a base for the ship. Go about this way, and there we go. Let's start the ship off with one of those things. Next, we're going to go with this thing right here, a conveyor. This commentary is often filled with this thing, thises and that's, and things. Lots of not knowing what things are called. So we'll stick the conveyor right there. We'll then follow through with a medium cargo container. And we'll stick that one right here. We've got a medium cargo container. Let's go and build an arm, kind of, as I'm going to call it. It's just a curved conveyor, but I call it the arm. We'll go with an arm there, and we'll do kind of the same thing right there. Awesome. Let's throw some welders on here. Do we have welders? Yes, we do. Number 5. There's one. And there's the other. Very good. We've got this is pretty much a splitting image. What is it called? A splitting image or a spitting image? I don't know how that goes. But it's pretty much the same thing as the USS Missouri that unfortunately fell victim to gravity. And this time, of course, we're going to name it after another patron, but we'll get there once we get there. So that looks good for everything there so far. What else do we need? Batteries, right? Let's put the batteries on the side here. Because I really love having battery-powered vehicles. It just makes it so much easier. To power them with batteries. Even though we have a lot of uranium, battery power is probably going to be the way that we want to go. Let's press number 9, and we'll put this over towards the front. That's going to be our gyroscope. And I think that's everything we need other than the thrusters. So let's get all of this welded in, and then we'll worry about those thrusters. Yep, that should be everything. And then next we're going to be able to put on... oh, actually, no, you know what? I may be dumb. Here's a question. We've set this up as if we're using ion thrusters, but the problem is we don't have any... Oh, wait, do we? Hang on. Do we have any thruster components? Thruster components. We do. We have 600 thruster components. That's good. Okay. I thought we wouldn't have enough thruster components to make any ion thrusters, but it looks like we do. So let's go ahead and do that then. We can use ion thrusters. That's really good. I was so afraid that we wouldn't be able to, but if we press 3, we've got our ion thrusters, which start with a steel plate. So we need a couple of those. Steel plates. All right, so we're going to do... I don't know how the strength of ion thrusters compares to the other thrusters, the atmospheric ones, but what we'll do is we'll do 2 like this, and then we'll do 2 like this as well. Then we'll do... Because we're basically doing the same design as what we had before. We'll do 2 on the side. We'll do 2 on this side. Then we'll do 2 facing back, like that. And then we'll do 2 facing forward. I don't know where we'll put those, actually. Can I stick them up here? Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. 2 facing forward right there. And that should be every direction covered. What do you guys require? Large steel tubes, thruster components. Okay. I can get you guys that stuff. And hopefully this thing will fly, but we'll definitely see. Large steel tubes and thruster components. So the thruster components, we have a bunch. So thruster components. Let's give back a couple of these things that we don't need anymore. Thruster components and large steel tubes. Awesome. It looks like it's ready to fly. You see all that blue, that beautiful blue coming out the bottom? That's how we know it's ready to fly. All right, there we go. That's looking pretty solid. I think at this point it should be able to fly, but we'll definitely see. So let's break it, I guess. Let's see if this thing... Yeah, there we go. It's actually flying. Awesome. Hop into the ship, and it looks like we have 1 hour left of flight, so that's really good. It looks like this thing is ready for action. Let's press G, go to weapons and tools, and stick that on number 1. So now we have a working welder ship that can actually hold more materials than we can actually bring. So this is definitely good, and yeah. It doesn't stop very well. I'll give it that. It does not stop very well at all. We might have to actually change this around. I'm thinking probably add another one on the front right here and add another one on the back maybe. But yeah, for now that's going to be good. Let's land it because we don't need it quite yet. But we can land it here for future use. So there. Okay, that was not a good sound. Let's press Y. What did we break? I think we broke something under it. Yeah, we broke one of these things. But that's not really that big of a deal. Hopefully they just don't all break. Let's go ahead and make that miner ship, because that'll be the next thing that we need. The next big thing. And I hope we have enough stuff to actually make it, but we'll see. So we're looking for... What, a landing gear? Where did I stick my landing gears? Oh, come on. I'm going to lose it. I lost the... Oh, there it is. Number 9. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. Number 9. And then start with kind of a base. Just like we did last time. And honestly, I think shipbuilding in space, this is why I usually say if you're new to the game, you should probably start out in space. Shipbuilding in space is way easier than shipbuilding on Earth. But I guess it's a trade-off because living in space is harder than living on Earth. You don't have oxygen. But yeah, shipbuilding is definitely easier in space. As long as you have the thruster components, which we do have. So that's definitely a plus. Okay, the miner. We're going to start with this. Then we're going to go with... 2 of these, or 4. Yeah, 2 of these, just so that I can actually, you know what? Let's go with large ones. The reason I say that is because we're on the moon. The moon has less gravity, which means we should be able to hold a lot more. So we're gonna go press G, go to large. We're gonna grab that and put that in place of the medium. So we're gonna use large ones instead. 1, 2, there we go, and we should be able to carry a lot more than we were able to on the other one. So that's definitely good. We'll be able to bring back like loads of 500k maybe, but would be pretty nice. Okay, next we're going to go with a connector to attach to the base. There we go. Then we're going to go with a couple of batteries. How many batteries? I don't know. Probably... we could probably stick them on the top. Nah. Let's stick them on the side. I think the side might be good. So 1 right here. We'll put them on the back kind of. So 1, 2. We don't want to go with 6, so we'll go with just on the back right there. Then we'll do the same thing here. 1, 2. Awesome. We've got our batteries on. Next we're going to want we're going to want to worry about thrusters next probably, if I had to guess. So let's go ahead and build our thrusters in. And we're going to use large ones for this, just like we do with the Earth ship. And I want to stick them right there, but I don't know. Here, let's go ahead and build this piece right here. Interior plates, construction... Oh, we'll build both of them, actually. Interior plates, construction components, displays. Okay, so we do have a thing up top, which is really good. So we're going to cover up the one on the bottom, and I think it's going to still be fine. So let's go ahead and make this. There we go. Okay, that's fine. I don't think that'll break anything. I think that'll be good. So now we have thrusters pointing down, thrusters pointing that way, thrusters pointing forward. We don't have any pointing up. Should we add some pointing up? Maybe. I don't think we'll actually need them, but we could add them just to be safe. But I think it's going to be fine without. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got a bunch of small thrusters facing the side. Now we need a gyroscope. I think we're going to go with 2 gyroscopes for this ship just because miner ships tend to be pretty heavy, and the heavier they get, the more gyro they require. So we'll go with 2 gyros, 1 on the left and 1 on the right. That's looking pretty good at this point. What else do we need? We need the miners still, but that's pretty much it. Oh, we need an ore detector as well. But let's go ahead and fill in this stuff, and then we'll see what else we need to add on. All right, we filled everything in. We've got the 4 batteries all done. We've got all of these things done. That looks a bit high, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick a drill up here so that it doesn't like ever get in trouble. So we've got everything set up, it seems like, except for the drill and then a couple of the other components. So the drills, we're going to do an interesting kind of combination here. We're going to go with one here, one there, and I think we might go with one out a little bit and then another one out a little bit like that, so that we can mine relatively fast. Let's try and do that. I think let's take a look at the drill real quick to see what we can do. So drill is what we're looking for. And I want to see specifically where the connectors are. We've got a connector. We got connectors on the side, so we can definitely set this up. Here, let's get some steel plates real quick so that we can actually work with it. So we can definitely set this up so that if we put it like this, for instance, that might be the best way of setting it up. So put the drill like that, stick one right next to it maybe, because that was what I was planning on doing, is kind of putting one right there as well. But the drill on top, we can actually route everything up there. Here, let's put this right like that. You know what, let's just do the same thing on the other side. So put this one right here, that one right there. This is a little bit higher than that one, I think, which we don't want. So let's bring it down one notch. Go to our drill, number 5. We want it down right about there. If we can actually get it in the right spot. There we go. So drill right there, and we're going to want one up here as well, if we can actually place it. I don't know if we'll be able to. Because we might need to put some steel plates in there to actually make it sit there. But yeah, so you're going to come out, and then you're going to come into there. So 5, let's get some steel plates right here. And this is how we're going to mount the top drill. So number 5. How come you're not fitting there? Oh, because you're trying to fit in the wrong place, aren't you? I want you to fit here. Let's put another one right there. Just to help with mounting it. There we go. So put one right there. Actually, you know what? I want it to go back one more. That's why I'm struggling with it. So let's put this block right there. That might help it. There we go. Okay. So these are going to come up into there, and then that's just going to go back into everything else. So that looks pretty good. If I break this, are you going to fall? That's the question. Yes, you are. Okay. So we're going to need to secure that a little bit better then, instead of just having this one block right there. But we'll have the one block, and then we'll have the ones on the side as well that come kind of along there. Just kind of a big steel bar, if you can imagine. And that one right there is going to get removed, so because we do need to be able to take the drill out from there. But that looks pretty good. Okay. Next, we want to actually have... Here's the question. Do we want to have drills on the bottom as well? I think we might want to stick a drill like right on the bottom. I'm not sure. We could go with the 3 drills, but then this is kind of out a little bit. It's kind of sticking out. So I do want to have one more drill kind of out here. So let's do... Let's see. Can I do this? If I do like that, I should be able to stick another drill here. So 5, turn it like that. There we go. And so now if I break you, will you fall? If I break that, I bet it would fall. Okay, so we're going to go like this. Make kind of like a siding to hold it in. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Here, we'll do another one up here, actually. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So make like a little siding kind of coming down up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally put the drill in right there. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's a pretty big drill, but it should be able to get us a lot of iron very fast. And that iron will go directly into our 2 large cargo containers, which will be very good for hauling. Construction components, large steel tubes, motors, and computers. All right, so at this point, we just need to connect everything, and we should be good to go. So you are going to connect with small things. So number 7, we need some interior plates for this. Actually, I know exactly what we need. We need some of these. We need some of these. We don't need any of these. We don't need those. But we need, yeah, actually, we have everything we need. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go back with you. So we're going to go back, back, and down. We'll actually use one of those. All right, you should be connected. Awesome. Then for here, we'll use, let's go to number 2. Number 7, we'll use that. Then this one will go up, I guess. So kind of like, oops. Kind of like that. And then we'll go over like this. So there we go. We got that connection. And then we need to do kind of the same thing over here. So number 7 needs to go up like that and then use straight pieces. All right, there we go. That should be able to bring the ores through every drill over into the large cargo containers. We got to do the same thing on the other side. Unfortunately, we're not using mirror mode because we can't use that because we are in survival mode. But I have used mirror mode before in creative on making ships and stuff, and it is really cool. Highly recommended if you're working in creative. We need construction components. All right, there we go. It looks like everything is connected. All we need now is a detector component, and then we need a way to eject everything, which I think we might end up doing. We're running out of energy. Actually, we have 25%, so we're good. We might end up throwing the ejectors kind of off to the side over here or something, because we do want to eject all the stone. So let me see if I have... I'm looking for, yeah, these things. So number 9 is going to be our sorter, sorter. We're going to stick one on this side and we're going to stick one on this side because we're going to have 2 ejectors. And then we're going to have just our ejector. So number 8 would be our ejector. Turn that around, and it requires steel plates, which we do not have in our inventory, but they're right there. So steel plate, one there, and we'll throw one right here as well. And it's going to eject all the stone out. So we need motors and computers for these things. And then we need to put in the detector component thing as well, which I think... Do we have that? We have a beacon. I guess we'll throw in a beacon. We have a lot of real estate up here. We'll throw in the beacon kind of in the back, right there. And then we need the detector component, which I don't actually know if we have one of those anywhere. Looks like number 4 might be it. So detector component, we'll throw that up here. So we need computer, motor, detector components. Okay, so computer, motor, and detector things. I don't know if we brought any of those. Detector. We actually brought 3, which is, I think we only need 1 for this, but yeah, awesome. We've got a beacon as well. We should really throw a beacon on the other ship as well so that we can name it also. All right, it's time to see if this thing can fly. Everything is done on the ship, so if it can fly, it can mine. Let's go. Oh, there we go. It looks like it's flying. This is definitely good. Okay, let's bring this ship back to the base as well so that we can put it right next to the other one. Then we're going to name them. We're going to give them each a name. And hopefully we'll be able to... Oh, that was harsh. That was really harsh. I guess we have a little bit too much power going up. We pretty much went straight up into the roof there, but I don't think we destroyed anything. Let's press V, we can see. This ship looks a little bit weird, actually. But it looks like everything's intact, so that's definitely good. And it's scary because we have thrusters on top, so we definitely don't want to accidentally break those. Oh, we're going to need thrusters on top, aren't we? Dang, I wasn't even thinking of that. We won't need them right now, but eventually, yeah, we're going to need thrusters on top. Just because the moon's gravity is so low that going down is going to be super slow. But let's press Y. There we go. It's giving us a weird angle there. But there we go. Both of our ships are here. They're both landed. They're in police formation. You know, you see police in parking lots. They're always talking to each other. And one's facing this way and one's facing that way. But we're going to name them. Let me come up with a couple of names because I got to look at the Patreon page and come up with a random number. So you ready? Let's go. All right, so the names of the patrons that were random number generated are Scott Harvey and John Woodburn. So we've got the... I don't know which one will be which. The first one I picked was Scott Harvey, so I guess this will be the Harvinator, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to name it directly after your name, but it will be based upon it. So we'll go in the control panel, we'll go to the beacon, and we'll call it the Harvinator. I think that sounds pretty good. So the Harvinator. That looks pretty cool. The Scott Harvinator. I guess we'll go with Scott as well. The Scott Harvinator. Or should I keep it the Harvinator? I think the Harvinator sounds better. So we'll call it the Harvinator, but just know, Scott Harvey, it's named after you. The Harvinator. Okay, the next one is going to be John Woodburn. Woodburn. How can I make Woodburn into a minor name? Let's see. Let's hop in here. Let's go to the beacon. The Woodburner. I could call it the USS Woodburn, just like I did. That actually sounds pretty good. That's got a nice ring to it, I think. The USS Woodburn. The USM, United States Minor. I think USS Woodburn sounds pretty good, to be honest. What do you guys think for this one? Because I might change the name next episode if you guys have something better than the USS Woodburn. But think of something that's got like a mining ring to it. Like when you think of it, you're like, yeah, that's a miner ship. You don't even have to like consider it. The USS Woodburn. So we've got the USS Woodburn and we've got the Harvinator. I like it, actually. Those are pretty good names. Press Y to turn these back on so we can actually see them in all their glory. Okay, that looks pretty good. The Harvinator and the USS Woodburn. I think we might take the USS Woodburn out for a quick little mining expedition to see how this works. For now, here's what we're going to do. Let's throw a connector on here, just so that once we actually get stuff, we can just like toss it in there. Oh, lagged up the game a little bit there. Steel plates are all we need. You know what? I'm lazy. I am lazy. Let's go and grab some steel plates. How lazy is that? On a scale of 1 to 10, how lazy was that move? We're grabbing a couple of these without going back to the base. All right, there we go. Excuse-moi. Okay, so we now have this connected to those, which means once we bring back any sort of iron, this is going to immediately start refining it. So that's good. Let's go ahead and take out the USS Woodburn. Actually, let's... how much power do you have, real quick? If I use you, let's press G, go to Weapons and Tools, Drill. If I use you, how much power do you have? An hour of power. Okay, so this doesn't actually use up very much power, since it's on the moon. It doesn't have to use up that much. Okay. One thing we forgot real quick. We need to add some lights to this thing. So, do we have any lights in here? I think we had them somewhere. I don't remember if they're over here. They are. Okay, number 6. We're going to add some spotlights. We don't have the steel plates. You know what? I'm not going to be lazy this time. Steel plates, construction components, and interior plates. Did it always require all 3? I thought it was only steel plates and construction components. But I could be wrong. Steel plates, construction, and interior plates. We'll grab a couple more construction components just in case we want to build a bunch of lights. So the USS Woodburn. It's going to need front lights, definitely, so that it can see where it's mining. So we'll throw one right there. And one right here, as well as, let's throw one on the front right here as well. So we've got our front lights. We need, I think it probably should have bottom lights as well so we can see where it's landing if it ever needs to. So number 6, we'll go with a light, like, come on, there we go. One right there, and we'll do the same thing on the other side, right there. So now it's got lights to light up the bottom, and I think maybe backlights would be pretty good as well. So number 6, let's one right here and one right there. There we go. So we've got our backlights, we've got our front lights, and we've got our bottom lights, and I think that should be good. We could get top lights, honestly, but it's not really that big of a deal, I don't think. So let's go on our first mining expedition and see how different it is mining on Earth compared to the moon, or mining on the moon compared to Earth. So I think we're just gonna go straight down in this, and that should be pretty good. Let's make sure that everything is actually being covered while we're mining. We don't want any of our stuff to get chopped off. That would be bad. Oh, you know what we need to set up? Hang on. Let's press K real quick. We need to go to our sorters, of which we have 2. And we need to go and set stone, QRS, stone, to whitelist. And we also need to do that to this one as well. So stone, add to whitelist. Then we need to go to our ejectors. Group those up to ejectors. There we go. And we're going to say collect all and throw out. So as long as there's stone, collect it and throw it out. And let me show you an example of that to see if it works. There we go. You can see it coming out the back. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Awesome. Let's start mining down again. This thing is actually mining pretty fast, so I'm liking it. Don't know how low the iron is though. I see it over there, like below us, but I think there might be some like where we're headed as well. Yep, it looks like we are headed directly for some iron, which is good. 40 minutes left of flight. That is also good. We don't want to fall out of the sky. Or is it still called the sky when you're on the moon? What is it called? We don't want to fall out of the air. It's not even air. What is it? When you're on the moon, what do you call the thing that surrounds you? That's a good question. A good science question. All right, it looks like we're seeing our first iron. Let's head towards that a little bit. Since we don't have any top thrusters, we are still going to keep the horizon line in account. We're going to still take account for that. So, but it looks like, let's keep an eye on our weight as well. 24K is what we're at, and I imagine this could probably go up to at least 100K by supporting all this stuff. But weight is different on the moon as well, so I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. How much do we have already, for instance? We have 70K. Yeah, that's actually a pretty fast 70K. And how much can you hold is the question. 156 and you're only at 27. Wow, that is a lot. So we're going to keep mining. Oh my god, we found uranium as well. That's a good find. Let's press K. We're going to go to GPS. We're going to call this new from current position U. U on the moon. Awesome. That's a good find. So I think we're going to mine for a little bit, and then we're going to come right back, and I'm going to show you, well, we're going to see together if the base actually works, which I really hope it does, because it's looking pretty good so far. Oh, what was that? I think we pushed it. We pushed it too far. What have we done? Oh, that's our cockpit. No, wait, we didn't break our cockpit. What did we break? I think we broke... Well, first of all, we did break the cockpit, so that's bad. But I think we broke the... Oh, shoot, what the heck? I just got glitched in here. We broke one of the cargo containers, which is really bad. What can we do then? We have the cockpit over there. Oh, what am I dying from? Oh, that. Okay. So we have the cockpit over there. The only way we can bring this back is... I think what we have to do is deconstruct the cockpit, and then we need to move the cockpit to another section of the ship temporarily. So I think the problem there was that the fact that this thing was way too low to the ground. So that was a problem with the ship. My bad. My B. Okay, let's head over here. We're going to go ahead and break this cockpit. And yeah, we should get back all the materials that we used to build it. Unfortunately, we don't have that much iron ore. Actually, we can get all the rest of it. Can we stick it right there, the cockpit? We could. Here's what we'll do. For now, we're going to stick the cockpit on the back. And this is going to be super weird, but it'll work for now. It's going to look absolutely ridiculous. Okay. So we need to fly up a little bit. Can I go into V mode? I want to look... Yeah, I want to look that way. Okay. Press G. We're going to get the weapons and tools. Drill. And we're going to basically fly backwards. We're going to create a nice little opening here. Okay, next, I want to grab all that stuff that we just pretty much got rid of. So let's aim ourselves towards it. And go down a little bit. Can I not see anymore? Really? I think we grabbed some of it. Press I. 6,009. Okay, so we do have some of it in the drill, and then in the other drills as well. We do have quite a bit of it. So I think let me look around again. All right, you know what? It's time to return from our expedition. Unfortunately, there's a lot of iron on the ground that we can't grab, but I think that's going to be fine for now. Oh, I know why we can't grab it, because none of the drills are connected. That actually makes sense. Okay, well, let's just fly this way. It's going to be super weird to get out of here, but I think we'll be able to do it. Can I go into... If I go into this view... Oh, shoot. Are we going to have to go backwards? We might have to go backwards. All right, there we go. We've oriented ourselves backwards. Now we're going to go out this hole that we made using reverse controls, which is going to be super weird, but we're going to eventually get there. Let's point ourselves up. And I think we've pretty much got it. Yeah, let's just go straight out. Can't see where I'm going, but that's okay. The USS Woodburn, I can't believe it. On our first trip, the USS Woodburn has had its first crash. It wasn't very bad because we were able to kind of fix it a little bit, but yeah, it was a first crash nonetheless. We're going to try this out. This might be weird since we have the cockpit right here, but hopefully it'll still work. Okay, so the cockpit should be right under the connector should be right under the cockpit, so we should be able to kind of like walk this in. What are we looking like? It might not even go. Yeah, because we have the cockpit on here. Oh, dang it. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We're going to have to remove the cockpit, but then we won't be able to fly it. But I think it'll be fine. So we're going to remove the cockpit, and then we're going to move the cockpit. Can I actually push this? I might be able to push it right into place. Oh! Did I push it anywhere? No, the thrusters are too strong. Okay, so we're going to stick the cockpit like some random place for now. We're like right here, for instance. Turn you around. Like right there. And then we'll fix it when we have the chance. So V, backwards. And we are connected. Okay, so let's see if this actually starts grabbing stuff. Let's hop into here. It sounds like it's working. Yes, it is. Awesome. Okay, so it's going to grab stuff from there. All we need to do is we need to add another big cargo container right here. And then we also need to add some sort of platform on the bottom so that doesn't happen again, because I did not account for that that happening. And that just happened because it's sticking out a little bit. So yeah, we just need to pay more attention, I guess, when we're doing that. But yeah, okay. Anyways, I think we're going to call this episode here kind of a short episode. And we made some ships, but we didn't really make very much headway with the base. Next episode, we're going to be doing a lot more work on the base, especially since we should be able to have quite a bit of iron over here. So yeah, hopefully next episode we can also get this thing working, or at least sort of working. I mean, because we have a lot of the stuff acquired, but some things like the superconductor circuits and the gravity generator, that's just going to take a long time to get, so it might take a little while. But hopefully next episode we can try to at least get it running. But anyways, if you guys like the episode, please hit the like button, put your comments and your suggestions down below in the comments section. If you have a Discord and you want to check out our Discord server, links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers.